Hello, everybody, and welcome to the weekly show of the Triple Clowns. It's me, G. Randall Johnson, alongside the beautiful Sarah Marie, Mrs. Big News, and the truck stop burrito, AJ Ryder. And we're going to bring you racing recaps, horse racing news, and talk about it. All right, so let's start it right off.
Horse racing news. Let's talk about a few jockeys. We'll start off with Irad, who took a spill on Thursday, so he's going to be out a couple weeks. But he did take to social media Thursday night to say it's all good. And Jose got a lot of his mounts, which turned out to be pretty good for him.
Do you think if Paco Lopez was riding Lady Valentine, we'd have a different story to talk about?
Yeah, I think Shu would have something to say about that for sure. No, that I mean, did you see the spill? Because obviously, yeah. It was pretty scary. And I still, and that horse went on to win. Still, I think was kind of the weird part.
Well,
without him,
a lot easier to run when you jump.
But it was the horse that was trailing in the back that came up and looked like
was Lady Valentine
right over. That was Lady Valentine,
and he ran second.
That was Randy's horse.
That was
ran second.
That was scary to see that part because he looked like he just kind of fell, which is like it still sucks.
No, we obviously want him to be better. And jokingly, I said that's why I said if Paco Lopez was riding Lady Valentine, because Lady Valentine went around him and clipped him a little bit. But yeah, Lady Valentine had to go around him. Good move by Sayas to get around him, because that could have been really trouble because she was swinging out, going right out.
She was going right for where he landed.
Yeah.
So
and someone posted a video after the race from Belmont of Jose running from the finish.
Oh yeah,
down to check on Irad.
It was a very sweet video. Yeah. Jose quickly got off his horse, who I believe ran fifth or something in that race, and just sped down the stretch to go check.
He does seem to be fine though, so it's all
exactly.
Yeah, he did.
I actually most spills you see, I didn't think that one was that bad, and I didn't think he got clipped. So I was like, oh, he'll be okay. I might miss a day or two.
Who was it that took a big spill when the horse ran through the rail and then won the next race?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That
was at Churchill.
Yeah, these dudes are tough.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And it's just falling wrong. It's everybody knows that it's falling wrong. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, you could look like you take a nasty spill, and then you could come down and look like everything went fine and tear your ACL. I mean, that's.
Yep.
I've seen people do that in wrestling where they do the crazy stunts, and it looks like they're dead.
Yeah.
And then you see somebody just do a normal kind of jump or anything. They come down, boom, their knee's gone. So it just kind of depends.
Exactly. You can trip and fall and break your neck. I mean, you can fall off a motorcycle or not. I mean, but no, they're all tough guys, and hopefully he gets back safe.
And hopefully see him soon in a couple weeks. The next jockey I want to talk about is Kendrick Carmouche. Took a pretty bad spill in the last race at Belmont on Saturday's card, and he is actually going to be out 8 to 10 weeks. So we'll probably see him mid Saratoga meet. He's going to go into surgery because he's, I believe on Monday, early this week, he'll be going into surgery for his broken ankle. And he just had a really good attitude about it. And he's like, well, this wasn't the worst.
I can imagine.
I've had worse spills and worse injuries. This one hardly hurts. And
it's crazy how tough these dudes are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a broken ankle must be tough for the jockey, because being in the stirrup. I know with a bad
all your weight's right
with
there.
a bad ankle, it's the weird tension. Like it's that this. It's that press.
Yeah,
well, because your ankle's constantly in flexion with the way their knee bend is, so it's constantly in flexion. So there's so much stress on your ankle when you're riding a horse. So yeah, that's a pretty big deal.
That's a tough one. I mean, I guess it's every part of your body. I mean, maybe you could have a sore shoulder and no, probably not.
But I mean, like it's funny. It's funny because when you look at the position they ride the horses on, I mean, I bet all the jockeys have the most excellent squat form you've ever seen. Because 100%. Just the way their body bends, and then like that ankle flexion that you have to have because of just the position you're in, and then to have a broken ankle, that would be a huge deal.
Yeah. Just the pressure you put on it. I mean, squat with a bad ankle. I mean, squat with
exactly. Yeah.
Flat-footed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, no, that's absolutely
I tried to bring a little bit of my master's degree into that.
A little bit. You're trying a little bit.
Must also have they must have bad knees at the end of the day. I know Gary Stevens does, but their knees must take a beating. That position all the time. Like screw catchers.
Well, people think, I mean, it's been a myth for all sorts of years about how, like, well, if your knee comes over your toes, like it's bad for your knees, which actually is not the case. So anyone out there who's thinking that, because it's more, again, the ankle flexion that really, because look at Olympic weightlifters and think about the weight they have and think about the position they're in when you're doing a clean with that weight in front and how far your knees have to come forward. It actually saved my knees after I left football, doing things like that with, deep weight and having the knees and just having to work on your ankle flexibility. It's crazy, but yeah, after a while, I would think that being in that position for a long period of time,
bouncing,
like anything else. Yeah. I mean, when you put stress on joints consistently over a long period of time, every day, you don't even get get an off season. Yeah. All right. So good luck to Kendrick Carmouche. Hopefully you come back soon.
Good luck to him.
Broken ankle. He'll probably be back. It's not a football player or a baseball player or a basketball player. He'll be back in a week probably with a broken ankle. I mean, it's
right out of surgery. He'll have a mount.
Yeah.
So it'll be fine. He'll be fine. No, but definitely keep an eye out for him. Come Saratoga. And the last jockey I want to talk about, a dear friend of ours of the show, Gary Stevens, who, yes, he did an incredible broadcast for the Belmont. And right when they were done on air, he went into the hospital for pneumonia. I did hear that he's out and doing well. But our thoughts and prayers go out to Gary Stevens and a strong recovery from pneumonia.
Wow. Gary Stevens had pneumonia and did a broadcast?
Yeah.
Well, once again, pneumonia is nothing to Gary Stevens. That's like a cold, not even. That's
like
cold.
Breaking a nail.
That's like sneezing to a normal person.
Yeah, like having allergies. Yeah.
Yeah.
For a day, not like lifelong allergies either. Like literally because of pollen. That's Gary Stevens. So all right, we'll get better, Gary. Anything happy?
Well, they don't call him the Bionic Man for nothing.
I know, but so, yes, let's
turns out even that doesn't bother him.
I know, of course it doesn't.
The Bionic Man or the $1 Million Man or something because all the surgeries. Isn't it like the $6 million man they call him or something?
I thought it was the Bionic Man.
Something like that, but
All right, well, let's move on from injured jockeys, and we're going to talk about Belmont Day and the Belmont Handle, which it brought in $112.7 million, which is a record for a non-Triple Crown year.
What do you mean a non-Triple Crown year?
There was no one going.
No one going for the Triple Crown. Mind you, just the Belmont alone brought in $60.5 million. The weekend total, June 3rd through the 5th, brought in $141.9 million for the handle for the weekend. But yeah, the Belmont race alone took in a good chunk of that money.
Hear that, America? All you other sports out there, where they just
horse racing's dead, huh?
Day.
I'm sure like Swift and Shoe were probably like at least like 2% of that.
Yeah. So we had quite the day at the Belmont. And speaking of the Belmont, let's move on. We're going to talk about some of the races we discussed in the pick 4 sequence we gave out on our pick show. It was a really big day at Belmont with there was 8 graded stakes races running at Belmont. So we're going to start out with race 8, which was the Just a Game Stakes, which was a mile on the turf, where Altica with Mike Smith in the irons led that field. And I mean, he won. His performance in the stretch was really amazing because Summer Romance was in the lead the entire time, and Mike Smith just tucked into the rail, and come the stretch, he took off.
10-2, and it is still Summer Romance with the lead. Summer Romance leads by 2. Here comes Altica now rallying down at the rail, and then it is Daddy is a Legend and Regal Glory on the outside. Here is Altica to take over in deep stretch, and it is the English bred Altica to beat the Irish bred Summer Romance.
Yeah, really disappointing performance by the Chad Brown horses in that race.
Yes.
And I'm coming to the conclusion a lot. Listen, I think Chad Brown's a great turf guy or whatever, but he puts 5 horses in every turf race. It's like, I hope you win.
When you've got half the field, you should.
Yeah, but no, but
just play the numbers game.
Really disappointed in their break. Neither one of them broke. Well, and the other one didn't break either. I don't think any of them broke. But that's the same trainer there. I've heard the name of the trainer right now. That ran 1-2, but Mike Smith coming alive.
Mike Smith. So it was Altica, Summer Romance, and Daddy's a Legend for your top 3 there.
Daddy's a Legend. Who remembers him from? I think he broke through the rail.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the Met Mile, where Knicks Go held the lead there, followed by Mischievous Alex, and then Silver State came up on the rail, and By My Standards went wide to get second. So Silver State, By My Standards, the Mischievous Alex, and Knicks Go, which I think kind of surprised a lot of bettors who a lot of money was going on both Mischievous Alex and Knicks Go here in this field.
On through. By My Standards is still in with a chance as they come down for the 8th pole. It is Silver State at the rail. Mischievous Alex on the outside. It is Silver State who has the lead. Mischievous Alex, By My Standards out in the middle of the track. They're coming down for the finish in the Hillendale Met Mile, and it is Silver State to make it 6 in a row.
But you know what? Silver State took a lot of money. Did we notice that horse went off 5-1?
A lot more than I think we expect, especially because, I mean, I wasn't a Knicks Go person. Everyone else on the show was, but obviously the horse that none of us took was the horse that ended up coming through.
Yeah, that was a really interesting race. How that played out.
Yeah, Knicks Go missed the break terribly. Rosario hustled him up, and he didn't look fit, and he missed his break. That's it. I mean, that's no excuse besides that.
All right, let's move on to the Manhattan, which I think is a very impressive win for this horse. Domestic Spending came up from the back to win this race, followed by Tribufan and Guffo, which was another one that's a deep closer who came from 10th to get 3rd.
Here, and they're all going after Tribhuvan, who still leads here. Domestic Spending is moving up on the outside into 2nd. Tribhuvan, Domestic Spending, trying to reel him in. Domestic Spending and Tribhuvan, and here is Domestic Spending to take the lead in deep stretch and win the Grade 1 Resorts World Casino Manhattan.
Domestic Spending was almost a single.
It was a single for me. I think every time he races, I'd single him.
I'd like to point out, I hit that race stone cold nuts, everybody.
Yeah. Well,
just saying.
Yeah, like Joe said to me when he did that too. Thanks for giving me the 2 to 5 shot.
But I gave you what, an 8 to 1 shot underneath. So
yeah, but that was a pretty easy race there for Domestic Spending. Is
such
just
a
much
deep closer and
such
a strong horse.
Colonel
that horse is coming up so strong right now. Like he looks he
looks good.
So good. Like he's going to be a big time Breeders' Cup horse.
Yeah, I agree. And Randy's right about Colonel Liam that you said. Just looking at the race he ran Derby Day.
You notice he was a little bit of an overlay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you watch the last race, there was no contest, and they were going a little longer. Domestic Spending closer was going to catch Colonel Liam, obviously. Well, did catch him, kind of. Domestic Spending is a monster.
Yeah. Very much. Every time I watch that horse race, he's definitely a single in my book almost every time.
Yeah.
And a safe single, really.
Well, we'll see. He's gonna.
I mean, yeah, of course.
I can't think of any off the top of my head, but there's gonna be some out there for him.
We'll see. But let's move on to the Belmont, where Essential Quality won, but I think all eyes and the star really goes to Hot Rod Charlie for his performance. It was Essential Quality, Hot Rod Charlie, and Rombauer.
Quality and a stubborn Hot Rod Charlie, and the 2 of them putting on a match race with a furlong to run. Essential Quality on the outside. Hot Rod Charlie won't go away. Essential Quality, too good. Essential Quality has won the Belmont Stakes. Hot Rod Charlie was second. It was a long way.
Wait, why is every?
I don't get this either. Can we please talk about this? Well, everyone wants to just go after like, oh, Hot Rod Charlie did so well. Essential Quality. Are you kidding me? Can we talk about that horse, please?
I agree.
Well, Essential. He was almost a second choice, Hot Rod Charlie. Why is this a big deal? He came in second.
Well, here's why it's a big deal. Here's why all the eyes, and there's a lot of talk today on Hot Rod Charlie more than Essential Quality.
It made me so mad.
Yeah, I didn't. That's the first time
He
I've heard
set
somebody.
the fastest half mile since Secretariat,
Oh, great.
the fastest opening quarter
any
in
horse could
Belmont
do.
Stakes history.
And
Which that just sounds like
The
stupid
match
to me.
race, I know, but I'm telling you the facts. This is why I see all over.
Every horse could do that in that race.
Yeah.
The match race that was had between the two horses in this stretch, and still a lot of eyes were on him. Yes, Essential Quality did win this race. I thought Essential Quality's performance was extremely strong.
He
And
didn't win. Hot Rod Charlie. I'm still.
But no one's talking about it. Everyone wants to suck Hot Rod Charlie's dick like he did something great.
You look up the horse racing.
Went out super fast.
Hot Rod. Oh yeah, by the way, Essential Quality won.
Yeah,
Belmont,
no
but
shit.
Hot Rod this, Hot Rod that.
Can we talk about the winner?
Don't get me wrong. I think Hot Rod Charlie was a good horse. Essential Quality was much the better horse, as proven by him winning.
Let me just say that. First of all, they ran like a 2:27, which is 3 seconds slower than Secretariats, which is ridiculous. So big deal. You went the thing, and you know how fast. Let's compare with how fast Secretariat came home compared to you, Hot Rod Charlie. So shut up! Don't say Secretariat.
You ran
Secretariat record. Next thing you know, gonna be like he ran the first 10 yards faster than Secretariat. Big fucking deal.
Who gives a shit? God, dude, I was so mad at horse racing Twitter.
Don't mention that. Don't say
no
that.
idea.
Who cares?
Like, oh, he ran such a strong performance. How about the winner?
And I bet there's been a faster
What Hot Rod Charlie did was stupid.
I bet there has been. I don't think it was a record to the half mile. I'm sure there's been a faster, stupid horse before.
Wow, ran such a strong quarter. Great. Oh, okay.
So let's figure that out. So that means he came home like he came home like 10 seconds faster than Hot Rod Charlie. So who cares?
Dude, yeah, who gives a fuck?
But I do have to say, like those two in general, the performance they put on was very impressive. The match race that really
Hot Rod Charlie
ensued.
ran great.
Yes.
Yeah, ran awesome.
And third place was 11 1/4 lengths behind those two.
Yeah, no, Hot Rod Charlie ran great for going that fast. Absolutely. But once again, Essential Quality is very good. Let's talk about him, not taken away from him.
No,
but
let's
if
talk
there was
about
a really
Essential Quality.
good horse in that race, like I won't even say Secretary, but one of these other Belmont winners when 2:27 they ran, he would have ran by Hot Rod Charlie in the when they came around the corner, and he would have been gone. Essential Quality is just better than Hot Rod Charlie, and that's it. He's a good horse, and I like Hot Rod Charlie, but it is.
The great horse, yeah, essential, yeah. I'm telling you, go on to Horse Racing Nation. It is all Hot Rod Charlie.
Can we please talk about the fucking winner of this race?
Yes, let's.
The horse that is now
the
horse that has now lost one race. That one race was the Kentucky Derby. Captured the Belmont.
That'd be great.
We should talk about how about Essential Quality going forward. Like, where could possibly this horse go?
Yeah,
like, I mean,
he's obviously aiming for the classic.
Yeah. Yep. And no one's talking about that. We just want to suck Hot Rod Charlie's dick for doing what? Going out super fast.
Yeah, I'll go to the Travers. He can't.
He
can't. What the Haskell has a.
He's shooting for the Travers.
You can't win one of the Triple Crown races for the Haskell, something like that. No, that's not true. Yeah, he's not going to go road with no whip, so he's going to go the Travers, and probably the Classic.
Like good for those frat boys and Hot Rod Charlie, but goddamn, can we please talk about the horse that actually won the fucking race?
But yes, it was a big day for the Godolphin Blues. Huge.
Must be tough to be able to buy a horse.
Well, I mean, and look, yeah, right. And look, I think a lot of people didn't like it. I heard people talk about it on Twitter, like, and I'll call Shu out for this because he's part of the engine. Said it was like the worst race ever. And I'm like, dude, you think it's the worst race ever because you didn't win money. We know, like, I get it.
It wasn't
like the favorite one. It was good. It was a good race.
It wasn't super impressive, and
it was good. It was still a fun.
The track
race.
was slow too. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was a good race. I mean, what do you judge a race on?
Love you, Shu, but it wasn't the worst
race ever. The numbers are probably back now. I don't know what they are, but
109, I think he ran Buyers. I didn't see the time for a number.
So that'll be probably what Craig said, his prediction of like 124, what it would be. So
yeah, most likely.
But and in regards to the fastest clocking, Essential Quality ties for top 10. He ties with Creme Fraiche, who's 10 as well, running at 2:27.
Top 10 history.
Yeah. That's
You're
very
gonna tell
good.
me-
And the track's been
we're just gonna-
faster. I mean,
We're just gonna talk about essential quality or talk about how.
yeah, that's fine. That's good. Top 10. Okay. That's good. Tracks are much faster in the last 20 years. than it
Look,
was
I mean,
before,
it's
but-
one of those things. Like if Hot Rod Charlie goes on to just have an awesome 4-year-old season, if they run him at 4 years old, then great. You know, yeah, we can talk about this. But at the same time, when Essential Quality goes on and he maybe wins the
Essential
classic,
Quality,
then we're looking at like, you know.
I think
Listen,
people leave
Essential-
out the fact that Essential Quality is a 2-year-old champ.
Listen, you could say Hot
Exactly.
Rod Charlie at the Classic now because it's shorter distance.
Good.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's what I mean. So sure, we
Well,
can talk
well,
about
this
that.
yeah, this story goes a whole lot deeper if he comes back to the Classic and like wins, which I doubt.
I don't think a 3-year-old's going to compete with the older
No.
horses. I don't think-
Yeah, we'll see
Not
what
this
what the
time.
Breeders' Cup really what the classics really looking
You
to
know,
be.
I can
but-
imagine if like, I don't even know, like even a Mystic Guide was in that race, would have won by probably 10 lengths, you know.
I would say this right now.
I don't know if we could go the distance, but
And people and you guys will like this. Tis the Lost performance in the Derby was better than Hot Rod Charlie's in the Belmont.
Whew. Whew. How you said
I don't
something
think that's
positive
true.
about Tis
I
the
think it's
Law?
true.
because he won.
Huh?
Well,
No, better than Hot
second
Rod
place
Charlie.
finish. Second place.
Second place
South
finish.
Okay.
Because you're talking about a classic winner. The classic winner.
Okay.
You
Okay.
can aboard that.
Yeah. But that's easy to look back and say.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
come,
yeah,
come
well,
after-
comes
again,
and wins.
again,
Come
all
after the
this
Breeders' Cup, we can
puts more into
reevaluate.
perspective as we go forward. Obviously,
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I
how
get what
everything
you're
goes.
saying.
The
Okay.
way I look at it right now, I think a horse I don't like at all. I think his performance was better because he went pretty well.
He ran
I
his
would
race
say,
and he toughed it
he
out
ran
and
his
he
race.
lost. Yeah.
Toughed it out
He
to the
ran a
better
good
horse.
race. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
But-
I hear your point. Yeah. Yeah. I could see that. Sure.
But no, a big congratulations to Essential Quality and all the connections.
Oh.
And it was a big day for
Because
for
we might be the
Godolphin.
only one congratulating him right now.
So congratulations to all of them. Godolphin also won the Epsom Derby this weekend as well. So that they were internationally were having quite success. So
Well,
I mean, it's
hard to
Godolphin.
feel
So
bad for Godolphin.
exactly. Yep. But that was your Belmont. That was we finally got through the third leg of the Triple Crown.
Can I say
How
one
many did
word?
you
Can
wanna
I say
do?
one word? Can I say one word?
Yeah.
Latruska.
I like Bonnie South looked good and Latruska
Bunny
dominated.
South looked great, but
Yeah.
Latruska is hitting her stride like, oh man.
Yeah. She looks
Like, she
really,
looks
really
awesome right
good.
now.
16th pole. It is Latruska leading here by 4. Then She Dares the Devil and Bonnie South. It's Latruska with the lead. Bonnie South moving up on the outside into second. And Latruska has it won. A tour de force here for Latruska. She won by 3. A mile and a 6.
Which I think I think it adds a little bit more to her performance to her race against Monomoy. Because I know when after that race, a lot of people are like, "Oh, was that just a fluke?" But I think it really, after this weekend, I think it proves that Latruska is just
Latruska's
really coming
Latruska
to
is a
and being a
5-year-old
strong-
right now.
strong
She's
horse.
hitting her stride. Like, yeah, she's
Yep.
She
going to be a
looks really good.
force going forward for sure.
Oh yeah, a couple other big performances in Belmont that day. Lone Rock, Tis a Magician, who was I believe the favorite and the speed, ran a really good race, broke straight up in the air, looked like he was jumping something out of the gate. Ran a really good race, but doesn't matter, no excuse there for him. Got beat by a horse that no one was going to beat, and that was Lone Rock. He looked tough.
Moretti's on the outside in 3rd. Rise the Guy is in 4th. And they're at the 8th pole. And it is Lone Rock who is opening up on the field here. Lone Rock is all alone here in deep stretch. Lone Rock really pouring it on to win the Brooklyn Stakes decisively.
He extended home, and that's a distance. Like that horse looked like it could run for 2 miles and break some sort of 2-mile record. Well, he looked really good.
He did look really good.
And then the other big performer I thought was Search Results as well.
Yes, search results. I mean, obviously with that
Big.
finish at the last time running second to
Derby.
Malathat, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Wow, I'm way off.
Yeah, you're on the same weekend.
I'm trying to find the
You're on the same weekend.
actual results.
Yeah,
Close enough.
search results looks really good.
The outside by search results, and Day Out of the Office. Search results with a head in front. Day Out of the Office is running in second. Then Make Mischief and Travel Column out in the middle of the track. Obligatory is putting in a late run. Search results trying to hold off Obligatory, and Search results wins her Belmont debut, and she does it in the Grade 1.
Really good. Yeah, a lot of people separating from the pack, I believe, coming up. So anything else we want to talk about? Another race, AJ?
Casa Creed crushed it.
Yeah, Casa Creed looked good coming from way back.
Casa Creed.
Around the half in 44 and 3. Bound for Nowhere is clear here by a length. Gregorian Chant runs in second as they come down for the 16th pole. Bound for Nowhere, Gregorian Chant. Casa Creed is kicking in out in the middle of the course. Casa Creed comes from way out of it to upset the field in the Jack Pocket Jaipur.
I love Casa Creed. We always play,
Which
Casa
was a
Creed.
huge price there too.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's a horse we've talked about before too, especially at the end
We've
of
talked about him a lot on our show.
But yeah, Casa Creed, that was a good one.
There was a lot of really great horses running this weekend. I mean, as to be expected, the undercard of the Belmont was extremely impressive. And honestly, I was a bit more excited for the undercard than I was the Belmont.
I think everybody was.
Yeah.
That's a horse racing fan. You know, the normal people that just watch the Belmont. We're excited for it. But yeah, definitely. I mean, well, it's a $6 try. Yeah, nobody was really excited for that race. Well, that was our news. Sorry, we're not bringing any fun skits or anything today. You know what? But we're tired from this week. We apologize.
Next week.
Yeah, next week we will. We promise. We'll bring you something, and hopefully we'll be doing our chip thing. We'll figure out some other things for you. So this is us, the Triple Clowns with D-Gen Nation. So check out
for
D-Gen
being
Nation.
lazy.
Check out D-Gen Nation. Make sure you go and check out all their stuff. They're doing a lot of things out there. Check them out. And this is us, the Triple Clowns. Me, G. Brown Johnson, beautiful Sarah Marie, Miss Big News, Truck Stop Burrito, AJ Ryder, saying, see you later.
Don't put Hot Rod Charlie on a pedestal. Oh,
see you later.
Oh, that's not what we're saying. Okay.